Something dangerous is happening online. Some of the marriage advice that is being promoted to women may sound empowering at first. However, when you follow this advice, it just keeps you bitter and it just makes you unable to keep a healthy marriage. We live in a time where selfishness is glorified. Being disrespectful is called standards, and any unhealthy relationship behavior is, celebrated. And if you ask me, it is very sad, if I must say. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the most controversial marriage advice from some women today, which I think that nobody in a good marriage should open their ears to or even just pay attention to.
So I thought I'd talk for just a minute about this divorce that I'm going through, because I'm sure, just like I found some relatable advice through here, other people might relate to me. So I was married for 10 years. I got married young. I was 21, barely, like 3 days, 21. Already had a baby. He was 8 weeks old at our wedding. And I remember feeling like my marriage was temporary from the beginning. Like that I wasn't gonna make it. And I didn't know what that feeling was. I just thought it was cold feet, but it kind of manifested itself for the next 10 years. And here we are 10 years later going through a divorce. So he didn't really start this process. I guess it was more so me, because I was always looking for someone else because I didn't know how to be loved or how to accept love. And so while he was fighting for me, I was pushing him away. But I never truly accepted happiness. I left the good guy. I left the guy that everybody looks at and is like, that's a dad, that's a husband, that's how it's supposed to be. He did the dishes, he cleaned the house, he took the kids to school, he worked all day, he made good money, he supported us. Yeah, we had our problems, but he was the good guy. So I'm here to tell you, it's okay to leave the good guy. Don't stay because he's the good guy. Leave because he's not the guy for you. Leave because you have to be happy. Because if you don't feel in love, then who cares if he's the good guy?
I would never ever understand this whole concept of women leaving their good husbands or good marriages to go find happiness somewhere. And instead of them taking accountability for their actions, they come online to advise others that it's okay to leave a good guy or a good husband. Nah, it's not okay. Now, this lady says she knew from the beginning that she knew that her marriage was not going to last, and she went ahead and got married. And obviously after 10 years she left, because obviously again she already went into the marriage with a weak mindset. And this is who is coming online to advise other married women. I don't get how. Help me put two and two together, because this doesn't make any sense. Women leaving their good marriages to go find temporary happiness has to be the worst marriage advice ever. And let it be known that happiness is just for a short while. It's only temporary. True joy comes from within. It can never be given to you by someone else, not even your spouse. Now, I've been married 10 years and I can say that there are times when my husband might do everything and I still won't be happy. And at that point, I know that it's not about him, it's about me, and I have to go fix my issues. Not a problem at that instant. And I just have to fix what is wrong with me, I myself. So all you're saying, leave the good guy to go find happiness, and she's not even putting her kid or her child into consideration. You're just a selfish human being if you think that it's all about you when you get married. It's not all about you, my darling.
I'm going to tell you the quickest, most effective way to decide if you should get divorced or not. If one of you says to yourself or the other, I don't know if I want to be married anymore, your answer is you don't want to be married anymore. Because every marriage is going to hit a tough spot. Every marriage is going to have its difficult seasons. The difference is you think about your partner and you think, okay, we're going to get through this together. This is a difficult season and we're going to figure this out and come out through the other side. If you're looking at your partner and saying, I don't know if I want to be connected to them anymore, you don't want to be connected to them anymore. If you're looking at someone and it's hard and you're saying, I don't know if I want to do the hard with them, you actually do know. You just can't admit it to yourself and you can't admit it to the other person. So you can stick around and you can flip flop and go back and forth, but the very easy answer that puts everyone out of their misery, it's time to put that marriage down.
Now, this is bad advice because how do you know for sure? How do you know? I know personally as a woman, or let me use myself as an example, or women in general, we say things that we don't mean. There are lots of times that we say things that we actually don't mean. A lot of times, countable times. Why? Because we work with our emotions and we're just saying how we feel at that instant. We use our emotions to talk for the most part, and we know that these are emotions cannot be reliable. It's not reliable. That's why you see a woman come out and say, oh, my husband is the best husband right now, and the next day she's fighting with her husband and saying all manner of things against her husband. Today we're all lovey-dovey, tomorrow we want to leave the house for him, and it just happens. Now if it's even coming from the man, I would say, okay, maybe that he means it, especially if he says it unprovoked and you're sure that you had not said as a woman a lot of other bad things to him that would make him say that. Like you're sure you didn't say worse things to him, or you didn't spit out worse things to him before he said, okay, I'm not sure I can do this with you. But either way, this statement is even too small to finalize something as big as a divorce. On what ground? He said something, you said something, you said you don't want the marriage anymore. On what ground are you saying that we should get divorced? On the ground of making a statement or a sentence. It's terrible advice. If you ask me, terrible advice. I personally do not believe that divorces should happen except there has been some sort of abuse, both emotionally, physically, mental abuse. There's been constant manipulation from your spouse, infidelity, and maybe betrayal from your spouse. But you see normal couple arguments that we always have here and there, it is not enough reason why you should get divorced. You just need as a couple to learn to control your outbursts of emotions. There are times that you speak up, and there are times that you keep quiet. You just need to learn that it's not that serious. It's not every time that you react to everything. And I know that this is easier said than done, because I'm not even gonna lie, I'm still a work in progress. I'm not perfect, but I know that it's not because I argue with my husband today that will be the reason why I want to leave my marriage. Marriage is not easy. Yes, I know. But at the end of the day, it helps you build your character. It's very doable. It's very doable. It's not that hard. Okay? Now, let's see some of the comments that we have here. This one says, if your partner says, if I had known that your family was like this, I would never have continued with you. Isn't that as good as saying, I want a divorce? That's not as good as saying I want a divorce. Couples have arguments. Yes, couples have heated arguments. What led to this argument? That's what you should be telling us. I told my husband I wanted a divorce, and you know what he said to me? Okay, that just further solidified my decision. This also brings me back to the point where I said that women say a lot of things that they don't mean, because she didn't mean it. And when the husband said, okay, bring it on, that was when she actually decided to have that divorce. You didn't mean it, but she said it. My husband said, I just don't want to pay lawyers, or that's why he's staying in the marriage. Couples say a lot of things. You just need to learn to control your tongue. For him to say he doesn't want to pay lawyers, that means he just said he's actually saying there's still a reason why he wants to be in the marriage, and that might not be the only reason. People say things just so that they would hurt the other person at that moment, and they may not mean it. It happens a lot. That is not the reason why you should go ahead and get a divorce. If both of you are still in that marriage, that means you want that marriage to work. Work on it. Work on your self-control, especially the things that you say. Finding out she cheated was a deal breaker. LOL. Yes, cheating is a deal breaker for a lot of people, and I do not even mind. Infidelity is one of the reasons why people are able to leave their marriages. Yes, I don't have any problem with that. I keep flip-flopping because we still have good days, but most of the time I'd rather be on my own than with him. He's more like a friend that I enjoy hanging out with sometimes. My darling, stay in your marriage. He's more like a friend that you hang out with. Okay, I don't understand. Some people feel like love is a feeling, like the butterflies that you feel in your stomach from the beginning would last 10 years after, 20 years after. Nah, love is an action. You treat your partner with love, you're kind to them, you are forgiving, you're doing unto them what you can do for yourself, or not doing unto them what you cannot do for yourself. That's just the whole summary of love. Love is God's standards, is never a feeling. Wait, what if spouse says during an argument that we should get divorced, but then takes it back and says they were just angry? It's very possible that they were just angry. You having an argument with your spouse, I continue to reiterate that it's not enough reason to get a divorce. We can't afford to separate, forced to live together, separated or live together, and make it work. Y'all should make it work. As you're living together, as you're forced to live together, make it work. You can make it work. I think men tend to hold on for longer because they want to think that at least they were trying harder, but that just prolongs the suffering and makes things worse. What do you women want? I don't know, because men holding on to their marriage is a problem. Them saying they want a divorce, okay, is also a problem. You guys should tell me what you want in the comment section. Please and please, my goal here is to ensure that there is enough two-parent household. I mean, God's plan for marriage is for us to raise children that will become beneficial to the society, to the world at large. And when we keep having broken homes, this is not going to be possible. I mean, you don't get divorced just because your husband said something and you said something. It doesn't make sense to me at all. You don't leave your good husband because you want to go find happiness, temporary happiness. You're not just a happy person. And if you were a happy person, you would be happy in your marriage with the life that God has given you, with the beautiful children that God has placed in your life to raise. If you're a happy person, divorce is not an option, except it is life-threatening, of course, except you have been abused emotionally, except it's threatening your mental health to the last, except it's a danger to your children. Divorce is not an option. Anyways, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. That brings me to the end of my video. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end of this video. Please do also like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I'll see you all in another one. Okay, bye.